and welcome to Branch of Israel. This is Rabbi Roger coming to you from God's beautiful country, Israel. Just about everyone today who purchases a very expensive item may need to enter into a contractual agreement with either the purchaser or lender and is enforceable by the courts or any other laws that may apply. So why did God not teach man to create a contract between two parties? Well, let us look at what God did put in place. A covenant. Of course, the biggest question to ask, what is the difference between the two, and is one better than the other? Please note, because of time, I will not be able to go into great detail on this subject. The difference between a contract and a covenant mainly boils down to relationship. When a contract is broken by either one of the parties, it becomes invalid, whereas a covenant is attempted at being restored by the other party because it remains valid. In other words, a covenant is permanently binding where the contract is not. The Hebrew word Brit means covenant and was originally created/started by God. In Genesis 9:13, God said to Noah, "I set my bow, or rainbow, in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of a covenant between me and the earth." Well, how is that a covenant? God always keeps his word, and this was an outward way of showing Noah and all mankind that he will never flood the earth again. Yet, a covenant may be either conditional or unconditional, as you will soon see. The covenant with Abram's family becoming a great nation has come to pass, as we see today. Also, as an FYI, he gave the same promise for Ishmael. Again, today we see the Arabs have flourished like the Jewish people in great numbers, and all of these unconditionally. Then we get to the covenant in Exodus 19, God made with the Israelites in verse 5. "Now then, if you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, then you shall be my own possession among all the peoples, for all the earth is mine." Whoa! This covenant has a major condition with it. They must obey his voice and keep his covenant in order to be his people. And in verse 6, to be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. God's side is always unconditional, if you are willing to follow the conditional parameters set in place. Sounds easy, but not for the Israelites because they were still dealing with over 400 years of captivity and the lifestyle of the rich and famous, also known as Pharaoh and his Egyptians. So coming from that kind of background, God was giving them an ultimatum, either follow me or get out. So we have seen a few examples of the different type of covenants, but there are some that are not so obvious, unless you're Jewish and know some Hebrew. For example, on the 8th day, a baby is circumcised. This is a covenant. In Jeremiah 31, God promised a new covenant, also known as the New Testament, which would be placed in our hearts unconditionally and has been fulfilled by those who have accepted it. Have you received his covenant promise? For more teachings and information, visit branchofisrael.com. That's branchofisrael.com. Again, this is Rabbi Roger coming to you from Israel. Thank you so much for listening. Lehitrot, goodbye, or see you again.